Can you imagine a Halloween movie with Michael Myers terrorising a high-rise apartment building? I just read something very interesting with regards to the Halloween 2 original plot. Obviously the original movie was set mainly in the hospital, but there was an interview with John Carpenter and Deborah Hill back in 1980, I think it was, and it was Fangoria issue 7, I think it might have been, this issue here. In that issue they were talking about writing the sequel to Halloween. Deborah Hill and also John Carpenter declined to direct the movie. They only wanted to produce and write the script for the movie. With this idea that John Carpenter and Deborah Hill supposedly had, there wasn't any script written for it. This was just an initial idea. At the time of the interview, they hadn't wrote anything apparently at the time, but they did say that it was supposed to be set in an apartment building, and a high-rise apartment building, with Laurie Strode in the movie again, and it's set years later as well. There's no idea of when it's supposed to be set, but I'm assuming it's set more than 3 years apart from when the movie came out. And in this sequel, Laurie has barricaded herself in this high-rise apartment building. There was also plans of Dr. Loomis being in this apartment building as well. We don't know if he was just going to see Laurie Strode at the time that Michael comes, or if he lives in the apartment building as well. There's a few things that interest me in this storyline that was supposed to get shot or written for the screen. One is the obvious. We've got a fortified, barricaded Laurie Strode set a few years in the future. This just sounds like Halloween 2018 to me. It sounds like they maybe have taken that concept and eventually made it in the sequel to Halloween 1. They made the sequel in 1981, but maybe John Carpenter still had that idea that they brought forward to Halloween 2018. So that was a really interesting fact. Another interesting point in it is, during the interview they did mention that it wasn't going to be set in Haddonfield. Laurie Strode is in this high-rise building, but it's not in Haddonfield, and again that screams out Halloween H2O to me, because again that wasn't set in Haddonfield either. It's almost like this story that they were about to make up was split into two films, Halloween H2O and Halloween 2018. Something that also interested me as well, and I read it on Bloody Disgusting, but I also thought about it as soon as I heard about this high-rise thing, is John Carpenter directed a movie called Someone's Watching Me. I only watched that last year for the first time, and it was a very good, underrated kind of horror mystery slasher movie, and that is set in a high-rise apartment building with somebody stalking this woman, and it just sounds like a Michael Myers Halloween movie that John Carpenter had his idea on. And with him being asked to do a sequel to Halloween, he's probably thought, no, I don't want to do that. I have other projects in the pipeline, and I'm going to use that story that I could have used for Michael Myers, but I use it in my own TV movie, which was Someone's Watching Me. If you haven't seen Someone's Watching Me, I highly recommend it. But moving back to the plot idea of Halloween being set in a high-rise apartment building instead of the hospital. Some people are a bit sick of the hospital scene because they've seen it in so many Halloween movies now, but with the idea back in 1981, would you have liked to have seen Michael Myers stalk Laurie in a hospital like we saw, or would you like to have seen him in a high-rise apartment building? Just think of the ideas that they could have done. If she lived at the top floor of a flat, maybe 20 up or maybe 10, 15 up, he has to get his way up there. It kind of reminds me of the movie The Raid as well, with Michael Myers going up all these levels. It sounds like it could have been very interesting. So what do you think of the idea of Michael Myers stalking either Laurie or anybody in a high-rise apartment building? As always, leave your comments down below. Me, personally, I'd love to see that happen in the future. We didn't get it for the original Halloween 2, so why not a future Halloween movie? Anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching again. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.